여러분, 안녕하세요. 오늘 30주년 기념 Federal Way's 한인 여러분, 안녕하세요. 오늘 30주년 기념 Federal Way's 한인 지정 보고회 사회를 마친 Federal Way 통합한국학교 이현우입니다.
박지선입니다.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Evelyn E.
My name is Jason Park.
We are both students from Korean School of Federal Way and going to be co-MC for the 30th anniversary City of Federal Way Korean Community Quarterly Meeting.
먼저 시애틀 유스 K-pop 단원들이 오프닝 공연을 선사하겠습니다. Performance of Seattle Youth K-pop team will open this special evening program.
Hey boy, look, I'm gonna make this simple for you. You got two choices, yes or yes. 둘 중에 하나만 골라 yes or yes. 하나만 선택했어 yes or yes. 내가 이렇게도 이기적이었던가 뭔가 이렇게 갖고 싶던 적 있었나 놀라 내 뻔뻔한
어차피 떠나면 상처 조성이 채로 미워하게 될걸 끝장을 보기 전 끝낼 순 없어 이 아픔을 기다린 것처럼
아마다 잠깐 일지도 몰라 우리 무엇 찾아서 헤매는 걸까 But I don't care do it over and over 내 세상 속에 너만 있으면 돼 We are the lovesick girls There's so much more We are the lovesick girls We were born to be alone Yeah, we were born to be alone Yeah, we were born to be alone But we're still looking for love
It's the thought of being young when your heart's just like a drum, beating louder with nowhere to guard it. When it all seems like it's wrong, sing along to Elton John and to that feeling we just getting started. When the nights get colder and the rhythm's got you falling behind, just dream about that moment when you look yourself right in the eye. Do you say I wanna dance? The music's got me going, nothing I can stop how we move. Yeah, let's make a glass and then just like the color you're rolling like we're dancing floors. We don't need to wait. It's where we thought we know how to live. Don't need to talk the talk, just walk the walk tonight. 'Cause we don't need permission to dance. There's always something that's standing in the way, but if you know that it fades, yeah, you know just how to break, just keep that right again. 'Cause there's no looking back, there ain't no one to prove we don't got this on lock. Yeah, the waiting is over, the time is not, so let's do it right. You and keep going, let's stay up until we see the sun. I wanna dance, the music's got me going, nothing I can stop how we move. Yeah, let's make a glass and then just like the color you're rolling like we're dancing floors. We don't need to wait. It's where we thought we know how to live. Don't need to talk the talk, just walk the walk tonight. 'Cause we don't need permission to dance. We don't need permission to dance.
멋진 공연 감사합니다. 유스 K-팝 팀한테 다시 한번 큰 박수를 보내주시기 바랍니다. 오늘 공연해준 팀원들 대부분이 우리 페더럴웨이 통합 한국학교 친구들이라 더욱 자랑스럽습니다. Thank you for the fantastic performance. Please give a big round of applause to Seattle Youth K-pop performers. I can proudly announce that most of performers are our friends from Korean School of Federal Way.
그럼 이제부터 본격적으로 30주년 기념 페더럴웨이 한인시정보고회를 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 먼저 박영민 전 페더럴웨이 시장님께서 개회사를 해주시겠습니다.
Now we'll begin the 30th anniversary celebration for City of Federal Way Korean Community Quarterly Meeting. First, Michael Park, former mayor of City of Federal Way, will do an opening speech.
Welcome to City of Federal Way. 여러분 페더럴웨이시에 오신 걸 환영합니다. What a wonderful performance by the K-pop group. 아주 우리 어린 학생들의 그 댄스를 잘 봤습니다. What you looked at it is future of the Korean community in this area. 여러분이 보신 게 바로 우리 페더럴웨이의 내일의 동포사회입니다. 얼마나 아름답습니까? It was very beautiful. Especially tonight, we are going to celebrate 30 years anniversary of the Korean Community Quarterly Meeting. 오늘 30주년을 맞이해서 아주 특별한 그런 시정보고를 갖게 됐습니다. Going back to 1992, 92년도로 되돌아가면은 I'd like to recognize visionary leadership by Mayor Bob Stead and City Manager Ken Nyberg. 그때 내일을 보는 그 리더십을 발휘하는 전 밥스테드 시장님과 행정관 켄 나이버그 행정관에 감사를 드립니다. Korean community in Federal Way and City of Federal Way building up the partnership throughout 92 and 30 years today. 우리 동포사회와 시가 아주 자연스러운 파트너십을 발휘해서 30년이 흘렀습니다. Everybody who arrived attending this meeting is a part of the Federal Way history. 여러분이 이 자리에 계신 분들은 우리 Federal Way의 역사의 한 장에 참석을 하신 겁니다. So throughout the 30 years period, we have many communication between Federal Way and Korean community. In 2017, we have celebrated 25th anniversary at the Performing Arts Event Center. 2017년에는 우리 시정보고회가 25주년을 맞이해서 Federal Way 극장에서 큰 행사를 가졌습니다. 그래서 Korean community decide to celebrate every other 5 years increment. So we are going to celebrate 35 and 40, 45. Whoever comes in the community quarterly meeting will be continuously. So histories will be continuous. 그래서 이 시정보회가 앞으로 35년, 40년, 45년이 갈수록 이렇게 많은 동포분들이 참석을 해줘서 좋은 그 한인 동포의 위상을 발휘할 수 있도록 여러분들이 참석을 해주시기 바랍니다. This City of Federal Way outreaching program, quarterly meeting, has been recognized by the National League of City 2006 as a diversity champion city. 이 시정보고회가 미 전국 시연합회로부터 2006년에 그 디버시티 챔피언, 다문화 챔피언 상을 받았습니다. 그만큼 이런 역사를 자랑을 하고 No other ethnic group and municipal government has done such a outstanding reach out program like a quarterly meeting. 어떤 소수민족이나 시행정부가 이런 좋은 그 시정보고회를 한 역사가 없습니다. So this is a one of kind the community gathering together. So we especially appreciate all the city council and mayor, and we'll celebrate 30th anniversary. We are looking at down the futures. So I hope we can make a history continuously forever, as long as City of Federal Way is, staying. And let's celebrate all together tonight. 우리 여러분 다 같이 축하하시길 바랍니다. Thank you so much coming in. 감사합니다. 이렇게 참석해 주셔서.
박 시장님, 감사합니다.
Thank you, Mayor Park. 다음은 짐 페럴 페드러웨이 시장님의 환영사 순서입니다. 시장님의 환영사에 이어서 참석하신 시의원님께서도 간단한 인사 말씀을 드리고자 합니다.
Next, Jim Ferrell, Mayor of City of Federal Way, is going to make his welcome speech. City Council members will briefly say a few words to you, followed by Mayor's welcoming remarks.
감사합니다. 안녕하세요. First, I'd like to say thank you so much. This is a very historic event. It's great to be here. I'd like to introduce some elected officials that were so integral in making sure that this relationship started. We've got our council president, Linda Kochmar. And she loves to talk about the trip that she took back to Donghae back many years ago in our original sister city relationship. We've got Deputy Mayor Honda. Councilmember Dovey. Who was on that same trip, I believe. That's right. Councilmember Lydia Cefa-Dawson. We've got former Mayor Mary Gates. Former Mayor Gene Burbidge. The superintendent of our school district, Dr. Dani Pfeiffer. The president and CEO of our enormously successful Federal Way Chamber of Commerce, Becca Martin. So I would like to say welcome so much to the 30th anniversary celebration for the City of Federal Way Korean Community Gathering. For the past 30 years, this quarterly meeting has been an essential tool of communication between the City of Federal Way and our Korean friends and neighbors. In fact, this gathering is the first of its type in the entire United States of America. Isn't that amazing? Let's give the City of Federal Way a big round of applause for that. As a city of 15,000 Korean American residents, we benefit with the quality of our life, culture, businesses, and service organizations who do so much in our community. I'd like to thank specifically the Federal Way Korean American Association. Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you. The Korean School of Federal Way. KOAM TV. Radio Hankook, and Media Hankook, the only Korean TV, radio, and media companies in Washington. I wanted to thank Mayor Emeritus. When I was deputy mayor for the very first time, it was Mayor Park who was my mayor, and I like to say everything I learned about being mayor I learned from him, and also from Mayor Gates and Mayor Burbidge. And also we have two former mayors as well, former Mayor Linda Kochmar and former Mayor Jack Dovey. And so, we all, I think it's really important on a day like this, we all stand on the shoulders of the individuals who came before. And whether it's the prior mayors and the prior council members, or the people that were here 30 years ago that started these these very important meetings. We stand on the shoulders of the people who came before, and they'll stand on ours moving forward. But I think that we are such an interlaced community, and it is really an honor to be here. And I want to say thanks again to Mayor Park and the Federal Way Korean American Association, Daniel Kim. Thank you, sir, for their continued leadership in maintaining this partnership represented in the Korean Community Quarterly Meeting that is really a shining example of cities across this nation. We've got special recognition and a plaque presentation. I'm now proud to recognize two individuals whose hard work have made these meetings very successful over the last 30 years. First, I'm proud to recognize Hee Jun Lee for her dedication to communicating with the Korean community that contributed to the large attendance at this event during its existence. Thank you, Hee Jun Lee. Next, I'm proud to recognize Kui Si Kim, whose dedicated work on the food for the event immensely contributed to the feeling of welcome and hospitality for those who attend the meetings. That's what I always look forward to, is the food at the end. So thank you, Kui Si Kim. Thank you so much.
Number 2 상했으니까.
And now let's give a warm welcome to our Council President, Linda Kochmar.
감사합니다. When Mike Park was mayor the first time, we signed the sister city agreement with, at the time it was called Tonghae, now Donghae. I was deputy mayor, and we were around this table with lots of press folks taking pictures. All the men talked. I was female. They all sat down. They forgot me. They thought I was his assistant. No. But one story I did learn, when they took us from the plane to the city, they took us around these winding roads on the DMZ. I did a very graceful act. I threw up. Their vice mayor cleaned me up, and the next day they promoted him because he told me he was married to me. I learned how to toast, not with sake, but with Russian vodka. You know? Anyway, thank you. Very, very beautiful country, very gracious people, and thank you for gracing our presence in Federal Way with your wonderful, wonderful culture. Thank you.
Well, everyone's taller than me. I'm Susan Honda, the deputy mayor here, and congratulations on 30 years. This has been a wonderful event. I've been attending since I was on the Diversity Commission, which has been probably 15 years, and I've always felt welcomed, and I've always enjoyed my time. So thank you very much, congratulations, and on to 30 more.
Well, I want to thank everyone. I'm Jack Dovey, and I want to thank everyone for attending. And the things that I've taken away from my visits to Korea with Mayor Park and the other council members, and even being here, how important family is. I really appreciate the grounding presence whenever we come to here, that this is not about politics and it's not about anything else, but it's about family in Federal Way and what everybody can do to make it a better place. I've really enjoyed going out with the youth on the ecology days, where everybody comes out and participates to make Federal Way a better place. And I want to thank everyone here for helping Federal Way become a better family place, a better home, and a place that we all want to live and work together. So thank you very much for your time.
I too want to say, my name is Lydia Safa Dawson, and I've been on the council since 2014. And I've been coming to these meetings regularly, and I've always enjoyed your welcoming spirit. The food is always great. And I've also appreciated the fact that you have made this home. And Federal Way is, the sister and the relationship that you take to Korea. And I know Federal Way has been on the map because of Mayor Park, as well as our chief, Andy Hong. And so it's just great that you have put us on the map, and I really appreciate that. And as someone who's also come here as an immigrant, I really appreciate the culture that has come here, and it has not changed you, but you've embraced that and also have been part of this country. So thank you for that leadership. Thank you for setting the example on how to be anywhere and be yourselves. And thank you so much.
And now let's hear a few words from two of our former mayors, Mary Gates and Jean Burbidge, just to say just a few words. They were longtime council members and were an integral part of getting this started. If you could.
I'm Mary Gates. The pretty one is Jean Burbidge. I was able to attend the very first quarterly meeting because what happened was we had interviews for commission members, as we still do, and we had one person who was Korean who interviewed, and we went, this person is really not going to be good on that commission. But the person said he wanted to be part of increasing communication between the Korean community and the government of Federal Way. And so we said, not on the commission, he doesn't have the experience, he can't do that, but what a great idea. And that is the original part of this, that we all need to recognize that even if you don't make a commission, you probably can create a 30-year memory.
Well, I appreciate so much being invited to come this evening, and congratulations on the 30 years. These quarterly meetings have been so worthwhile for our city. They've increased the communication and the warmth that pervades the whole city that I find. The Koreans who live here have enriched our community. You all have, in so many ways. It is a much more diverse and very enjoyable place to live because of your presence with us. So I want to thank you for that, And I'm looking forward to many more years here with you. And I appreciate your involvement, your dedication, your intelligence, and your caring for all of us. Thank you very much.
And it wouldn't be a meeting in Federal Way if we didn't hear from the illustrious chair and CEO of the Federal Way Chamber of Commerce, Becca. Can you come on up here? And we're going to head back. We are going to do a trip back to our sister city, and Becca's going to be a very big part of that. But Becca, please. Welcome.
안녕하세요. 사랑해 방탄소년단 and 주문 오빠 Mike Park. 저는 백아입니다. 사랑해 K-drama, K-pop, Korea, Park Sejun, Taeyong, V. And I just want to say that one of the foundations that we have here in Federal Way not only is an elected leadership that is invigorated and sees the future, but also community members who believe in what we're doing, and most importantly, business. Because without business and doing business and having commerce with each other, where would we be? I certainly would not be looking for words so I could say Oppa again and again to Mike Park Biane. But I want to thank you for all you do in Federal Way. I want to thank you for the support you have for our city government because they're keeping us moving. And I want to thank you for all the great music that I'm listening to. Park Sejun, Youngmin Kim, who's teaching me to say some other Korean words. Anyway, thank you very much, and I hope that we are going to South Korea. 사랑해. 사랑해? 사랑해. I'm trying. Thank you very much, everybody.
페럴 시장님, 시의원님들 말씀 감사합니다.
Thank you, Mayor Ferrell and City Council members for your words. 이제 서은지 대한민국 주 시애틀 총영사님께서 축사를 해주시겠습니다.
Now, 서은지, Consul General of the Republic of Korea in Seattle, will give you her congratulatory remarks.
Honorable Council President Linda Kokma and the Council members, Mayor Jim Ferrell and his colleagues, residents of Federal Way, fellow Korean Americans, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to be a part of today's banquet, even virtually, celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Korean Community Quarterly Meeting, co-hosted by the City of Federal Way Korean American Association, and the Korean Consulate General in Seattle. Thank you everyone for opening up your time to attend this seminar. It's wonderful to be able to say that Federal Way is home to 15,000 Korean Americans, one of the most densely populated Korean areas in Washington state. But it comes as no surprise as this city has shown compassion and consideration toward communities of color for decades. The transparent communication between groups through quarterly meetings, in particular, has lifted Federal Way up as a strong community for others to emulate. This city has a diversity, richness, and integrity that only grows from the spirit, culture, and voices that the Korean community has been able to share because of the incredible platform of opportunity here. This development of good relations between the Korean community and the city has been a bridge to support Korea-US relations, which has been an ironclad alliance for 70 years. Last May, Korea and the United States laid out a vision to enhance our alliance into a global, comprehensive, strategic alliance. This transformation of our relationship represents a true evolution in our mutual ties. Even more, Korea further commit to upholding the values we have fostered together and now envision an initiative to serve as a global pivotal state, or GPS. Just as the global positioning system provides users with a sense of direction and information on the path forward, I hope that Korea, as a global pivotal state, will offer valuable guidance to how we may wisely navigate these most challenging and turbulent times. Ladies and gentlemen, the whole community of Federal Way has been a GPS for Koreans and the larger society. Federal Way adopted the first Korean American mayor and recognized the first Korean American chief of police in the United States. There is a saying that, quote, diversity is the one true thing we all have in common. Celebrate it every day, unquote. Your ideas and vision to seek out diversity should be forever celebrated. And it's clear to see that the Korean Community Quarterly Meeting has been a driving force in your success. It is a venue where democracy has been cherished for 30 years by the residents of Federal Way and beyond, and its significance will not go unnoticed. I hope that these meetings will continue to play a valuable role in fostering deeper ties of friendship between the participants and, more broadly, in contributing to the promotion of bilateral relations for many years to come. In closing, I'd like to thank everyone who prepared for this celebration event and all those who have ensured that these meetings and their visions continue to thrive and succeed. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much. 감사합니다.
이어서 김영민 페드러웨이 한인 회장님께서 축사를 해주시겠습니다.
Next, Daniel Kim, President of Federal Way Korean American Association, is going to make a congratulatory remarks.
네, 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 제가 말씀을 드리기 전에 먼저 오늘 이 행사를 준비를 해주신 분들을 저희가 감사하는 마음을 우리가 나누고 싶습니다. 가장 먼저 수고해 주신 우리 이정 회장님, 네, 그리고 아마 이분들이 안 계시면은 우리가 이 행사를 할 수가 없을 것 같습니다. 카파, 페더럴웨이 학부모협회 회장님 김기심 회장님 계십니까? 네, 저기 뒤에 계십니다. 네, 그리고 한국학교 페더럴웨이 한국학교 한수교 교장 선생님. 네, 그리고 마지막으로 상록회 정용옥 회장님 계십니다. 혹시 여기 들어오실 때 여기 그 깃발 태극기 걸린 거 보셨습니까? 다 보셨어요. 저희가 이걸 준비를 하면서 이번에 30주년인 만큼 특별하게 태극기를 개양을 했으면 좋겠다는 거를 건의를 드려가지고 우리 진페럴 시장님께서 그거를 쾌히 승낙을 해주셔가지고 오늘 태극기를 걸게 됐습니다. 너무나 뜻밖이고 너무나 기쁜 순간인 것 같습니다. 아마 이 시간은 저희 페더럴웨이 한인들 그리고 페더럴웨이 시에는 참으로 특별한 시간 같습니다. 오늘 한인을 위한 시정보고회가 시작된 지 꼭 30년 되는 달입니다. It is a great day and a special day to our Korean community and the city of Federal Way. This is marked the 30th year since the Korean community quarterly meeting began. The Korean Community Quarterly Meeting began on September 17, 1992, at the suggestion of former Mayor Michael Park, and has lasted 30 years without the interruption so far, only except during the pandemic. 이 시정보고회는 1992년 9월 17일 박영민 전 시장님의 제안으로 시작이 되었고, 지금까지 코로나 팬데믹 시간을 제외하고는 한 번도 중단 없이 30년이 진행이 되었습니다. 지난 30년 동안 수고해 주신 우리 박영민 시장님께 박수를 한번 보내주셨으면 감사하겠습니다. 저희 페더럴웨이에 살고 있는 저희 한인 동포로서 이곳 페더럴웨이시에는 저희가 몇 가지 자랑거리가 있습니다. 아마 이것은 미국에서도 유일한 것일 겁니다. 그 첫 번째는 저희가 살고 있는 이곳 페더럴웨이는 한인의 인구 밀도가 미국에서 가장 높은 도시입니다. As we Korean who live in the city of Federal have a few things to be proud of and still unique in the United States. First, city of Federal is the city with the highest Korean population density in the United States. Second, Michael Park is first generation of Korean immigrant became to the city mayor, and Andy Hwang is first Korean police chief in the United States. 두 번째는 미국에서는 박영민 시장님께서 최초의 이민 1세로 시장이 되신 분입니다. 그리고 앤디 황 경찰국장님께서는 최초로 한인으로서 경찰국장이 되신 그런 분이시고, 그런 분을 탄생시킨 이 도시입니다. 세 번째는 이 시간 진행되고 있는 저희 한인을 위한 시정보고회가 미국에서는 유일무이하게 개최되는 도시입니다. 그것도 30년 동안 중단이 없이 진행이 되고 있습니다. The third is Korean Community Quarterly Meeting is the only city to be held and continued 30 years without the interruption in the United States. Behalf of Korean community, I would like to express my gratitude to Mayor Jim Ferrell and all former mayors, Linda Kochma, council president, and all council members. 한인을 위한 시정보고회를 위해 힘써주신 짐 페럴 시장님, 그리고 역대 시장님들, 린다 코치마 의회 의장님, 모든 시의원, 그리고 시청 직원들에게 한인을 대표해서 감사 인사를 드립니다. 10월에 한국에서 세계 한인 회장 대회가 개최되는데, 이곳에서 한인을 위한 시정 보고회가 그리고 페더럴웨이 시와 한인 커뮤니티의 특별한 관계를 소개하려고 합니다. I will introduce Korean Community Quarterly Meeting and the special relations between City of Federal and Korean community at the World Korean Community Leaders Conference on early October. As we are citizens of City of Federal may have proud of this city where we live in. 여러분도 한인동포로 페더럴웨이 시가 우리가 사는 도시임을 자랑스럽게 생각하셔도 될 것 같습니다. 감사합니다. Thank you.
김 회장님, 감사합니다.
Thank you for the speech. 그럼 지난 30년간 이어져온 페더럴웨이시 한인 시정보고회의 발자취를 더듬어 보는 슬라이드쇼 시정보고회 30년의 발자취를 감상하시겠습니다.
Now we are going to present you a slideshow, Memories of 30 Years. Please enjoy.
미국 역사상 가장 파괴가 큰 폭동이었는데 피해의 절반 정도를 미주 한인들이
이 폭동이 일어났던 1992년 시애틀 지역도 한인업소들이 이 여파로 인해 피해를 입으면서 박영민 전 시장과 몇몇 한인들이 이에 대한 대책을 마련하기 위해 시작된 미팅이 지금의 한인시정보고회로 이어져 왔습니다.
잘 보셨지요? 30년 동안 지켜온 한인시정보고회가 앞으로 또 30년, 60년 계속 될 수 있도록 하는 건 우리 Korean American 2세, 3세들이 몫이 아닐까 하는 생각에 제 어깨가 무거워집니다.
Did you enjoy the show? It is a great mission for our second and third generation of Korean Americans to keep the City Korean Community Quarterly Meeting alive for another 30, 60 years and more. I already feel my shoulders are heavy. 다음은 축가 순서입니다. 소프라노 권수현 씨와 테너 박상영 씨께서 불러주실 곡목은 내 맘의 강물과 오 솔레미오입니다.
Next, soprano Soo-young Kwon and tenor Sang-young Park will present you two great songs of River in My Heart and O So Re Mio.
감사합니다. 환상적인 이중창을 선사해 주신 두 분 성악가께 다시 한번 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
Let's give them a big round of applause for their fantastic duet song. 드디어 오늘 프로그램 하이라이트인 부서별 시정 보고가 진행되겠습니다. 늘 그래왔듯이 박영민 전 페더럴웨이 시장님께서 시정 보고의 진행과 통역을 맡아주시겠습니다. 박영민 시장님 마이크를 넘기고 저희들은 잠시 내려가 있겠습니다.
Now, as our highlight of the program tonight, directors from the City of Federal Way will give you departmental updates. We'll step down a little bit and pass this microphone over to Mayor Park.
그 오늘 시정 보고회는 아무래도 이제 딴 프로그램 때문에 조금 각 그 부서 책임자들이 2, 3분 동안 짧게 설명을 하라고 그렇게 했습니다. Today's quarterly meeting, because of timing, I requested every department head 2-3 minute presentation. Remember, okay? First, 첫 번째 Director of Community Development Brian Davis. 우리 그 커뮤니티 개발국장이신 브라이언 데이비스를 잠깐 모시겠습니다. You have about 3 minutes. Okay.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here tonight.
오늘 여기 참석하게 된 걸 고맙고 영광스럽게 생각합니다.
I will now favor you with one of my favorites from Pavarotti. So
이게 저 뭐냐 자기 유명한 이거를 소프라노를 듣고 그랬을 때 고맙습니다. 예.
that was outstanding. That
Yeah.
was incredible. So thank you very
그래서
much for
그
that.
두 분 그 저 성악이 굉장히 감명 깊게 들었습니다.
I'm going to give a brief update, not in a capacity as community development director, but I've had a unique a position this year of preparing the budget this year, and I want to talk about the garden a little bit.
오늘 제가 여러분들에게 보고 드리고 싶은 것은 제가 그 책임자뿐만 아니라 올해의 시 예산에 어떤 것을 추진하고 있는가 보고 드리고 싶습니다.
The city has been working with Mayor Park and the Korean community on a garden on city property.
시와 그 한인 커뮤니티가 그동안 한우리 정원을 개발하려고 많은 일을 해왔습니다.
And normally we don't lease or fund projects on city property for a specific community group, but Mayor Park and the community, Korean community has raised significant funds for this project.
원래 시에서는 한 단체나 커뮤니티에 예산을 책정을 안 하는데 페더럴웨이 한인을 비롯해서 우리 동포 사회가 많은 그 예산을 자금을 모금을 했기 때문에 시가 특별히 예산안을 조정을 하려고 합니다.
And because of that tremendous support, I'm happy to say that with Mayor Ferrell's support, we have prepared a budget that does include city funds to help with the garden.
그래서 짐 페럴 시장님과 여러 카운슬이 협조를 해주셔가지고 올해 예산에 한우리 가든의 예산의 일정 금액을 책정을 하기로 했습니다.
It's a small amount, but we believe it will last for generations.
이게 큰 돈은 아니지만은 이것이 역사적으로 계속 세대를 계속 이어질 것입니다. That's it? Okay. 2 minutes. Who's next? 우리 저 공공건설국장이 나와서 그 동안에 잠깐 한 페더럴웨이에서 추진하는 공사 관계를 잠깐 소개하겠습니다.
안녕하세요.
예,
Am I getting better?
very,
Okay.
little much better.
Much better.
Yeah.
I am Desiree Winkler, the Deputy Public Works Director.
저는 데저리 윙클러로서 공공개발 부국장입니다.
Thank you for having us here. Wonderful event. And also, I would like to thank the Korean Youth Association who has been doing some litter pickups throughout the community.
우선 여러분들이 이렇게 같이 이런 그 보고회를 갖게 돼서 감사드리고 특별히 우리 그 학부모 협회에서 우리 청소년들이 그 발런티어 그룹을 형성을 해서 매주 주말에 쓰레기를 그 줍고 또 시의 도로를 청소하는데 감사드리고 싶습니다.
It's been a long construction season this summer, and we are trying to wrap up the rest of our projects before it starts raining. And I'd like to thank you for your patience from all the traffic impacts as we bring you these great improvements.
그래서 올해 초 들어서면서부터 모든 공사를 열심히 이제 추진을 해서 이제 연말이 돼가면서 모든 공사를 좀 마감을 하려고 그러는데 공사 때문에 여러분들 교통에 지장을 준 것에 대해서 죄송스럽게 생각합니다.
So we're turning now to prepare for the storm season, both rain and snow and ice. And I just wanted to make sure, because I don't think we'll see you again until December, that to remind you that when it rains, please don't blow your leaves out in the roadway. And if you could do us a favor, if you have one of those storm catch basins in front of your property, if you could keep it clear so that we can keep the rain off the road.
지금 이제 다음 저 시정 보고회가 12월 달에 있기 때문에 우리 시에서는 이제 이 겨울에 눈과 비 시즌이 오기 때문에 여러분들의 지장이 없었도록 열심히 이제 그 길을 청소를 하려고 그러는데 특히 여러분들한테 부탁드리고 싶은 것은 여러분 집 앞에 그 하수 채널이 있는데 거기가 깨끗해 물이 계속 빠질 수 있도록 낙엽이나 이런 거를 거기다 버리지 말라고 부탁드리고 싶습니다.
But otherwise, we will be ready, no matter the time of day, night, day of the week, to make sure the roads stay safe.
그래서 어떤 일이 뭐 눈이 오든 비가 오든 간에 저희 부서에서는 모든 도로가 원활히 소통될 수 있도록 노력하겠습니다.
Thank you.
감사합니다. 다음은 우리 공원과 극장 퍼포밍 아트 센터의 이제 총 책임을 맡고 있는 존 허튼 국장입니다. Here we go.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 네.
I will be brief. I had planned to go for an hour tonight, but Mayor Park asked me to keep it brief, so I will.
원래는 한 1시간 동안 보고 드리려고 그랬는데 한 2, 3분 간단하게 보고 드리겠습니다.
It has been my honor to work the entire 30 years of this organization's time. I started in 1992 as well with the City of Federal Way.
제가 92년부터 시에서 일하기 시작해서 이 시정보고하고 30년을 같이 지냈습니다. 그거에 대해서 대단히 감사하게 생각합니다.
No need to applaud. That just makes me old. So, I do want to say.
Go ahead.
I do want to say that I have had the honor of working with our senior nutrition program, the Evergreen Senior Club, at 3 different locations in my 30 years: at Panther Lake Elementary School, Klahani Lake Community Center, and now at the Federal Way Community Center.
지난 30년 동안 우리 상록회 어르신들과 3 장소를 거치면서 같이 활동을 해온 게 굉장히 감격스럽고 처음에는 펜틀레이크, 그 다음에 클라니 커뮤니티 센터, 그 다음에 지금 이제 페더럴웨이 커뮤니티 센터에서 여러분들을 모시고 있어서 영광스럽게 생각합니다.
I was a thinner, younger man before I discovered the wonderful Korean food.
제가 30년 전에 이 한국 음식을 처음 접했을 때는 아주 젊은 청년이었었습니다.
Thank you. It has been my pleasure to work with you all this time, and I want to continue to welcome you to any one of your 34 city parks. We have trails, we have parks, and we have our wonderful community center, the PAC, Dumas Bay. We have beautiful facilities, and we want you to feel welcome at every one of them, so please come and see us.
여러분들을 모시게 돼서 큰 영광으로 생각하고 시에 있는 34개의 공원과 듀마스베이 센터 그리고 공연장 이런 들 열심히 저희들이 잘 여러분들을 위해서 봉사하겠습니다.
Thank you.
감사합니다. Thank you, John. 다음은 우리 경찰국 앤디 황 경찰국장이 잠깐 보고 드리겠습니다. 앤디 황 국장, 저는 이제 통역이 필요 없습니다 이번에는.
여러분들 안녕하세요. 제가 감사합니다. 제가 저기 2분 파워포인트 프레젠테이션을 준비했습니다. 그냥 제가 여기서 됐네요. 저기요, 한국 분을 경찰을 더 하이어시키고 싶습니다. 지금 우리가 지금 시의원들이 13명 경찰을 더 하이어시킬 수 있게 우리 버젯에 넣어줬거든요. 그래서 저가 될 수 있으면 한국 사람을 더 찾고 싶은데, 만약에 한국 사람이 경찰 하고 싶은 사람이 있으면 저기 밑에 보면요, publicsafetytesting.com 거기를 들어가면 인포메이션이 다 있습니다. 거기 쓰는 시험, 어떻게 해야지 쓰는 시험을 볼 수 있고, 그 physical agility 테스트 있고요. 그거를 패스하면은 이제 경찰서에서 인터뷰해서 background investigation 해서 맨 마지막엔 저랑 인터뷰해서 잡을 주거든요. 그러니까 혹시 한국 사람 경찰 하고 싶은 사람 있으면 저기 꼭 저를 직접 전화해도 돼요. 저한테 전화가 오면은 우리 리크루트먼 하는 경찰 분이랑 제가 커넥트 해드릴게요. 그러니까 꼭 저기 좀 인포메이션을 좀 한국 커뮤니티에 좀 쉐어할 수 있으면 고맙고요. 그리고 둘째 번 제가 얘기하고 싶은 건 학교가 시작했죠, 그죠? 그래서 그리고 또 만약에 volunteer 경찰서에 volunteer 하고 싶으면 경찰서를 저를 컨택하면 제가 또 커넥트 해드릴게요. 경찰서 와서 volunteer 할 수도 있습니다. 그리고 마지막으로 제가 얘기할 거는 저기 학교가 시작했잖아요, 그죠? 그러니까 특별히 학교 운전할 때 특별히 조심하시세요. 지금 특별히. 그리고 이제 조금 있으면 비 오기 시작할 거고 일찍 컴컴해지니까. 그리고 최고 법 위반 안 하는 사람들은 최고 위험한 게 사실은 교통 사고 운전할 때. 그러니까 특별히 그때 조심을 하세요. 그리고 이제 우리 학교 세 군데에서 그 school zone photo enforcement이 있습니다. 그러니까 거기서 특별히 조심하고, 그리고 red light photo ticket 그런 데도 320가 그 Pacific Highway, 312가 H-Mart 거기도 photo enforcement 있습니다. 그러니까 거기 특별히 조심하시고, 그러니까 제가 최고 얘기하고 싶은 거는 운전할 때 조심하시고, anyway 여태까지 저를 서포트해서 굉장히 감사합니다. Thank you very much.
이제 우리가 다시 마이크를 잡았습니다. 박 시장님 감사합니다.
Now we are back. Thank you, Mayor Park. 페더럴웨이 시정보고회가 30주년을 맞이하기까지 크게 기여하시고 많은 수고를 아끼지 않으신 분들께 특별한 감사 인사를 전하는 순서입니다. 다음은 김명민 페더럴웨이 한인 회장님께서 한인 동포사회를 대표해서 짐페럴 시장님, 존 허튼 공원국장님, 앤디 황 경찰국장님께 선구자 3패를 증정하겠습니다.
다음엔 on behalf of Korean community, Daniel Kim, President of Federal Way Korean American Association, will present Pioneer Award to Jim Ferrell, Mayor, John Hutton, Parks Director, Andy Huang, Police Chief.
Pioneer Award presented to Jim Ferrell, Mayor, City of Federal Way. With deep gratitude in our hearts, we recognize and honor your visionary and pioneering leadership in helping establish the uniquely strong relationship that exists between the City of Federal Way and the Korean American community. September 8th, 2022, proudly celebrating the 30th anniversary of the City of Federal Way Korean Community Quarterly Meeting, the first of its kind in the United States. Federal Way Korean American Association, Consulate General of the Republic of Korea in Seattle.
Pioneer Award presented to John Hutton, Director, Parts Department, City of Federal Way, Lee Ha-dong-moon. Pioneer Award presented to Andy Huang, Police Chief, Chief Police Department, City of Federal Way, Lee Ha-dong-moon.
다음은 박영민 페드러웨이 통합한국학교 이사장님께서 페드러웨이 공립학교 교육감이신 닥터 데니 파이퍼께 감사패를 증정하시겠습니다.
A word of appreciation. A word of appreciation presented to Dr. Dani Pfeiffer, Superintendent, Federal Way Public Schools. With our heartfelt gratitude for your visionary leadership and ongoing commitment towards the invaluable partnership between Federal Way Public Schools and Korean School of Federal Way. September 8, 2022, Michael Park, Board Chair, Korean School of Federal Way.
이번엔 페드러웨이시 한인 동포사회를
First of all, I want to begin with immense gratitude for this recognition. It's an honor to serve and support our Korean community.
제가 교육감으로서 그 한국 동포사회가 우리 교육청을 많이 협조해 주는데 굉장히 감사스럽고 영광스럽게 생각합니다.
The partnership between Federal Way Public Schools and the Korean School of Federal Way is long-standing and one that we both honor and appreciate.
우리 페더럴웨이 통합 한글학교와 페더럴웨이 교육청의 아주 밀접한 그 파트너십은 계속 지탱이 될 것입니다.
And then finally, I think we can learn a lot from our Korean community in what authentic partnership truly looks like. Thank you very much.
앞으로 우리가 이런 그 파트너십을 통해서 여러 모든 것을 많이 배울 것입니다. 감사합니다. Thank you, Dr. Pfeiffer.
이번엔 페드러웨이시 한인 동포사회를 대표해서 페드러웨이 한인회 학부모협회 통합한국학교 창록회 단체장님들께서 박영민 시장님께 공로패를 드리는 순서입니다.
Lastly, on behalf of all Korean community members, presidents from Federal Way Korean American Association, Korean Parents Association, Korean School of Federal Way, Evergreen Korean Seniors will present a very special recognition plaque to Michael Park, the great leader of our Korean American community.
With our deepest appreciation, we hereby honor Michael Park, former mayor of the city of Federal Way, for your dedicated service and immeasurable contributions towards strengthening the ties between our Korean community and the American community at large. Your visionary leadership and pioneering spirit will remain as an everlasting legacy in the hearts of all Korean Americans. September 8th, 2022, City of Federal Way, Federal Way Korean American Association, Korean School of Federal Way, Korean American Parents Association, Evergreen Club, the Korean Seniors.
자, 이제 오늘 행사의 꽃이라 할 수 있는 30주년 케이크 커팅이 있겠습니다. 준 페럴 시장님, 그리고 시의원님들, 박영민 시장님, 김영민 한인회장님, 김기심 학부모회장님, 박영옥 상록회장님, 한혜수 교장님 모두 앞으로 나와주세요.
Finally, we've arrived at the exciting moment of the program, the 30th anniversary cake cutting ceremony. Mayor Ferrell and all council members, Mayor Park, President Daniel Kim, Hui-Sim Kim, Young Oak Park, Principal Han, please come to the stage.
감사합니다.
Thank you, everyone. 이상으로 제30주년 기념 페드러웨이시 한인 시정보고회를 마치겠습니다. 이제 곧 추석이라 떡 선물을 준비했으니 꼭 챙겨가세요. 참석해주신 여러분 다시 한번 감사합니다.
It concludes tonight's program. This coming Saturday is Chuseok, Korean Thanksgiving Day. So we've prepared a special rice cake present for all of you attended tonight and celebrated this special moment together. Thank you all once again.
Thank you.
저 안내
네, 지금 나오고 있습니다.
안내 말씀드립니다. 저 사진 촬영이 있겠습니다. 사진 촬영이 있겠습니다. 자, 사진 촬영이 있습니다. 앞으로 나와 주세요.